what I did last time, last episode, in case you missed it, is the basically trying to show how to get 4,000 watch hours by using basically everything you have at your disposal. If you are just a um, like a podcaster or a talking head person, which includes basically making sure that you're using everything that you can in your frame, all the area that you have in your frame, and basically acting as much as you can, being dynamic visually and being dynamic uh, audibly too. So pacing and tempo, volume and intonation and pitch, all that kind of stuff, so that you can be like basically visually and audibly dynamic throughout the entire video. That way you can kind of keep people hanging around for however long it takes to get through your video, especially if you don't have any editing. So, and then before that, I did upload our Ghost House 3 trailer. So the story on the Ghost House 3 trailer is probably about maybe as long as 7 years ago. My son and I decided to make a ghost house video, which is basically just an excuse for me to try filmmaking and do visual effects, like cheap practical effects in the house, like pulling a cup off the table with a string and like just cheap stuff. There's really no story behind it. And then the second one, which is Ghost House 2, because I'm really good at thinking of names of movies and videos. Ghost House 2 was basically a little bit more story driven, and it was about my son, which the character's name is Ghost Hunter. Was trying to find out what happened to a girl that went missing in this house. Basically come to find out she is a ghost or whatever. Pretty good little one. I can't upload Ghost House 2 because my littlest ones are in it, and that wouldn't be kosher, I guess. But I will probably end up putting up Ghost House 1 just for giggles, low res, low quality, just for fun. Ghost House 3 was meant to be like basically a full production short film in a sense. And now come to think about it, that it basically wouldn't have been like a really short film. It probably would have been about at least half an hour worth of a film. I actually wrote the entire script out, and I had enlisted the help of a couple of other friends and family to be in the movie. And if you watch the Ghost House 3 trailer, you'll see like opening credits with like 4 or 5 people. Those are all people who agreed to be in the movie with me and my son. And the backstory on Ghost House 3 specifically, that story was that Ghost Hunter, the character, basically lost his reputation because someone set him up or framed him up to make him look like he's just faking all his ghost episode shows. And he basically gets into a depression, can't find work, and he ends up stumbling across another ghost hunter that kind of, helps him out and leads him onto the path of getting his reputation back and essentially saving the world, because you can't end the movie without saving the world. So it's actually a really good story, and honestly, I'm probably not going to end up doing it, but I really wish I could have. Maybe one day, we'll see. But the Ghost House 3 trailer is kind of cool, and there's a little bit more cinematography and cinematic effects in it. So if you haven't seen the Ghost House 3 trailer, check that out. Then before that, we talked about, I don't know. Y'all tell me, what was the one before that one? Because honestly, I don't remember. So this one's kind of just winging it. Before I started this recording, I actually almost burnt my microphone. A hole in my brand new Fifine, whatever you call this microphone. Almost burnt a hole in the middle of it. So maybe that's a lesson to me that I shouldn't be smoking on camera, at least this close to a microphone. It's probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. As far as like future episodes, because I think that's really the maybe like a good 50% plus of the issue that I think creators have is finding episodes or thinking of episodes, because your job title is called content creator, as in like you have to create actual content to put up. And that's like kind of in essence your sole purpose in life. So if you can't think of content, then like what are you doing? Go work at McDonald's or something, I guess. But I think 50% of the stress of doing this is to think of stuff that is worthy of being watched, not just random stuff. Because the thing is, like, you could probably um, think of a lot of ideas if you sat down and just thought about it. But which ones of those are actually worth people sitting down to actually click and watch on them? And I've got a couple of them, but my thing right now is that I don't know if it's like I guess what it is that I don't want to shy away from like basically the setup or structure of what I got going here. So on our other channel, which is Submission Script, I'm going to plug it every time, but Submission Script, which is our MMA and UFC channel, which I'm going to be honest, we haven't touched in a little bit because my son just started a new job and he's like, oh, I got to do my MMA training, and then I got to go to work every day. I don't have time to be making YouTube stuff. So it is what it is. But so we haven't touched that one a little bit, but we'll get back into it eventually. But on our main channel, this is where I focus most of my like editing and stuff. And I kind of found that for me, editing was kind of like a crutch, in the fact that if something didn't go well or somebody didn't perform properly, whether it's him or me, mostly him because he's on it just more than I am, not because he's like worse than me, but just because he's on it more than I am. The ones that I'm on, you could tell that I haven't done this channel yet because it was very cringe or whatever. But anyways, so that most of the stuff I do on Submission Script, as far as my part, is to do the editing side of it. And I just realized that it was kind of like a crutch, in the fact that if something didn't go right, I could always click over to some B-roll or, cut out that section, or, whatever the case may be when it came to editing. And I discovered that like basically there has to be some like raw talent involved as well to really make something shine. And I'll give you another secret too, that with the Submission Script channel, we have, last I checked, like 60 plus episodes, I think 60 plus and minus. We put some podcasts up on, I think it's called Buzzsprout, I think, which is a podcast hosting platform. And the drawback is if you use that and you don't pay for the subscription, then they, after about, I think it's 80 days or 90 days, they delete your episodes. And they still stay on YouTube, but they become private and you can't turn them unprivate. So what happens is the first couple of episodes that we did for the podcast type of a show for Submission Script ended up like basically deleting out. So at one point, if you would have put those all back together again, we'd had over 70 episodes. But, Buzzsprout basically piece by piece started deleting them out. So I think we're at like 60 or 61 or something like that. But I don't really know where I was going to go with that. Other than the fact that the point of the story is that basically I don't want to dive back into editing on this channel just yet, because I really want to focus on the talent side of it on this channel. Just, basically getting familiar with the camera, learning how to present on the camera as a person, the acting side of it, if you will. And so eventually I'm going to change it up. I think once I become basically satisfied with the performance aspect of it on my side, on being on the camera, once I get satisfied with like basically feeling comfortable and talking and not really becoming cringe or whatever, then I think at that point I can go ahead and putting some more editing back into it. And I've got some pretty cool ideas, and I am doing some stuff on the side as far as like I'm shooting some stuff and filming some stuff on the side that is allowing me to get practice behind the camera. So for like B-roll or just, um, actual film production kind of stuff, I'm actually doing that kind of stuff on the back side, but I'm just not including it here as of right now. I did do, what was it like? I think on my last Hangout podcast style episode, like we're doing right now, I think on my last one, I think I did do at the very end, like a cheesy, like vlog style little edit where I drove around town. Took me about 15 minutes to drive around town just to have fun, practice doing some vlog stuff. So it's going to get included at some point as far as more away from the screen content. How you like the concept that this is called Under the Green Screen, but we have a blue background? Yeah. We'll change that eventually. So back to the concept of ideas. Again, this is just a hangout episode. What else can we talk about to hang out and chill? I was saying, cause, I forgot to hit record about 10 minutes ago. I was doing the podcast, but I wasn't recording anything. Kicked myself in the shin for that one. But, one of the things I had mentioned on that go around was that I think it's crazy that you can't, at least for me, that I go into like essentially almost like a panic mode whenever I turn the camera on. Like I could be fine sitting here just talking to my computer, but as soon as I know that I turn the camera on, I've got my Stream Deck here, which I'll put on cam 2, and you guys can see the Stream Deck rolling. You can't see the details on it, but that's what that is. And when I hit the record button on the Stream Deck, all of a sudden everything turns off in my mind. And I just think that it's crazy that the brain and evolution has thought it was a good idea that the response for being threatened is to turn your brain off. Like, what path down evolution figured that was the best route to go? Like, I'm going to get attacked, so I'm just going to shut everything down. Also, I think it's funny that the number 2 fear is death, but the number 1 fear is talking in public. So anyways, I recorded all that stuff about 10 or 15 minutes ago, and then I forgot to hit the record button. So here we are again. Let us talk about, Thanksgiving's coming up real soon. This is the weekend before Thanksgiving. And what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? If you're watching this after Thanksgiving, what did you guys do for Thanksgiving? Was it cool? Did you go see some family? Did you get some time off of work? My work, I'm just going to say it, I keep alluding to it, but I work at Big Brother as an installer. So if you're watching this on some sort of an internet, then there's a good chance one of me and my people probably put that internet in for you. But how was your Thanksgiving? How is your Thanksgiving going to be? We at Big Brother, I'm just going to call him Big Brother because I don't want to get flagged. But we at Big Brother basically only get one day off. We get Thursday off. However, we do get to volunteer to work if we choose to, and we get paid pretty decently for that one day if we do volunteer to work. So I would rather be hanging out with you guys though. Thursday, let's be honest, I'm going to be hanging out with my family, but I may spend some time over here Thursday. We'll do some hangout stuff or put up a video. I am looking at my next episode, which is going to be probably about not script writing, but actually like reciting your script. So you have a script that you hopefully write or at least think about, some topic or idea that you're thinking about, and you need to be able to present that on camera. But like we just talked about a second ago, sometimes you turn on the camera and then everything kind of disappears and your brain deletes and blanks out. So it's going to be, I think, about basically being able to recite an entire script on camera. But I think actually that one I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more of some production value to it. I've already thought about some different shots and angles that we're going to be doing for some B-roll stuff, and add a little bit more comedy into it because, got to make it fun a little bit. I feel like if I sit here for a little bit too long, I'm just going to give you guys a heads up. If I sit here for a little bit too long and try to, find something to think about or something like that, I will just do a jump cut every time. I'd like to try to do it all in one take, because I think that's like the practice for me, at least, is to try to do everything in one take. Everything up to this point, by the way, has been one take. I haven't been able to need to jump cut anything right now, any edit cuts. But if I do chill for too long, I will do an edit cut. It's my little cheat sheet. So if I do hang out for too long, I'll go ahead and do an edit cut. That way you don't have to just sit and stare at me doing this. So if I do sit for too long, I'll do an edit cut. Again, I'm not trying to, it would be my ultimate goal to, as crazy as it sounds, it would be probably my ultimate goal to run like between a 15 and 30 minute long presentation or hangout or whatever, and just wing the whole thing and still have enough of like a personality to stay entertaining. So in case you're wondering what I'm reaching for, it's just random stuff. Honestly, it's random stuff on my desk, on my table. So let's go through it, because what else is there to do right now? Celsius. This is Arctic Vibe. Not sponsored by anything on my desk, but lav mic, in case we decide to go free form instead of using the pod mic. Pack of cigarettes, because that's ultimately super important, and the lighter that goes with it. And the old S23 random note. I just paid that guy off, so that's going to cut down my bill to Big Brother a little bit. And then of course I got the Zoom. Why not? We're just going to do this whole cam 2. What's and then pod, a Stream Deck, and then everything happening right there. And there's the GH6 that, if you have seen pretty much any other episode that I've done, I always call that thing the GX6, like I'm lost brain cells or something. That's a GH6. Always has been, always will be. Panasonic Lumix GH6. Let's see if we can reposition this into something reasonable. That'll work. All right, back to main cam on the GH6. So, sorry guys. Let's do an edit cut for 2 seconds, and then we'll come back. All right, and we're back. So, and in that time, I have filled up the room with smoke. I think that the kind of the topic on my mind going forward, other than just doing some here and there creator recommendations and advice kind of stuff, and just hangout kind of stuff like this, the kind of hangout freestyle podcast kind of thing, which we're doing right now. I think the big question on my mind for the Under the Green Screen channel is, at what point and at what rate do we start to up the production value? Because there are things that we can do, and again, when I say we, I mean me, but there are things that I can do to flip the script, so to speak, to change it up. But at what pace do we change up the format? And I want to do it kind of like in steps, like kind of step by step. I don't want to just, you guys pop on here, randomly next week or whatever, and all of a sudden we're in full production mode. We've got everything going on, and editing and transitions and like green screen effects and VFX and full stuff like that. I don't want to do that like overnight. Sorry, that was weird. But I enjoy the process of like basically developing and progressing through different stages of production. If you've seen my what channels that I've made before video, you might remember that I had a channel that basically every episode was another layer of editing added into each channel. So and I fully intend to really open that up on this channel. So the question would be like, what is the next what is the next phase of editing? And I think it's okay. I feel like it's okay at this point to go ahead and unlock something. You know what? If you're still here, how many minutes is this thing going so far? So if you subtract the little bit of edit cutout time, it's probably been rolling for about 16, 17, maybe 18 minutes. So if you're still here, good on you, bro. But if you're still here, then just for you, I will throw some editing stuff in here. I'll throw some editing magic, some very small editing magic stuff. And we'll start to include whatever I do. Maybe it's some titles or something like that. We'll start throwing titles in there. Well, this is our day. You're here hanging out with me, so you get to see, be the first people to see the first like upgrade to the channel, as far as this channel goes. So we'll throw some upgrades in there and some words or something, and yeah, it'll be fun. We'll do some more editing pieces together. Here, I guess we'll give it like maybe, I don't want to put a number on it. Like, I don't want to say, oh, every 5th episode we'll do something. But it's probably going to be every 5th or 10th. I'm just spitballing numbers. It's probably going to be somewhere in that range between 5th or 10th episode or so. We'll kick it up a notch. Take our time, get used to the new upgrade for a little bit, and then do another one. So I don't want to get off the stream. I kind of want to it's not really a stream, it's a recording, but I don't want to get off here. So I just want to hang out for a little bit. You know what? That's a good point. One of these days, I'm not saying it's going to be, this weekend or next week or anything, especially with the holiday, but sometime maybe in the next couple, like maybe December or 2025 or something like that. We can do a stream. We'll just see how it goes. I'll pick a weekend, a Saturday or Sunday, Friday evening, Saturday or something like that. And we'll just hit that stream button. And it might just be me jibber jabbering at the camera like it is right now. But that's cool if you guys want to hang out too. And maybe we'll start doing that like once a month or something, just hanging out and talking about YouTube creator stuff. That's really what this channel is about, is hanging out and doing the YouTube creator thing and just vibing for a little bit. But I guess that's it, man, because I don't want to sit here I could probably sit here for like another 20 minutes, but I won't do that to you. So let's see, where are we at now? 20 minutes or so, probably. We'll go ahead and head out right now, and then I guess we'll do a real episode on the next one. You'll have to see what it is, but we'll do a real episode on the next one, and I'll upload that the Ghost House the original Ghost House, if I can find it. I'll upload that sometime in the next couple of weeks. So make sure you subscribe and all that mess, and why not throw a like in there or two or whatever, comment, so I can talk to you guys. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.